where I'm at. Yeah, where I'm from or where I am right now. The network, it's kind of bumpy because of the weather. So I'm really excited to be with you here, guys. Oh, I can see some fire emoji now hopping on right now. It's some crazy things. Nah, I can't wait, guys. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to talk to you. So, guys, basically, we have Andy Mondays, we have Andy Fridays, and Andy Sundays. So, basically, on a Monday, we're gonna be looking at the most important things with regard in the market and answering a bit of 2 or if not 3 questions on each student and making sure that everybody is sorted and everybody is happy with engaging or actually starting the journey with FX Code in the mentorship part. But everybody, I'm definitely sure that you're also excited, as you do know that the whole thing we're creating right now is the fact that we're trying to help people who need guidance. Because you can bear in mind, a lot of people have the knowledge, but they don't have the guidance of how to utilize the knowledge they have. That's the reason why we initiated a mentorship program that's going to help you or to be with us or to stick with us for the longest time, whereby we're going to be leading you to the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So that's us helping you or meeting you halfway, because a lot of people might not afford our course but can afford our mentorship, into making sure that we get everybody in the right state and we get everybody to be in the same level where we at. And I'm really happy that you also guys are excited about this. So we really appreciate it. I don't know if I should wait a bit or what I should do, but just to get into it. So guys, on Fridays, I feel like that's the best time to have our psychological classes. But on Mondays, I'd call this session from today, I'll call it that it's a market breakthrough, or to say market breakdown, Mondays with Andy. And then Fridays, we'll make Fridays for psychology. And then Sundays, we'll make Sundays for student engagement, pertaining if it's hosted by me or rather hosted by Emmanuel Forex or Tapelo Gold. So that's how we're going to be doing. Yeah, with the scalping, small accounts and all of that, you'll get that on the mentorship side. Our mentors have been working overtime over that, and I'm definitely sure they're keeping up with everyone to make sure that everybody is good. And yeah, so I'm really excited, guys. To be honest with you, in as much as you can't hear me right now, but I wish you can see me, how I'm so jumping to be like, okay, it's that time again for me to engage with my students, for me to engage with the people who look up to me, for me to engage with the people who love the work that FX Gold is doing. And we really appreciate you for that, guys. It's really, really a blessing. It's really, really a blessing. We're not gonna waste too much time. We're not gonna waste too much time. We're just gonna go straight to it and make sure that everybody's accommodated for and everybody is actually happy. So without any further waste of time, in catering for everybody, I'm gonna go through NASDAQ. I'm gonna go through 2 pairs possibly, and then we're gonna go through gold. That's gonna make sure that we cater for indices and cater for metal, minerals, ore, and also currencies, to make sure that we fit everybody in, because everybody is here for their own purpose. We're gonna go through that right now. So without any further waste of time, let's get to the charts. Without any further waste of time, let's get to the charts. Let's get to the charts. I think somebody had a question over. Yeah, the recording of the session will be shared. No worries, it's gonna be shared. We make sure that it's shared. I'm gonna share it to the group. No worries. Okay. So as you can see right now on my chart, guys, can everybody see the chart? If you can see the chart, make sure you throw some fire emojis. If you can see the chart, make sure you throw some fire emojis. I want to make sure that everybody can see the chart. I want to make sure that everybody can see the chart. Okay, people can see the chart. I see some fire emojis coming through, and that's good. All right. All right. Now that's good, guys. That's good. That's good. So as you can actually see right now, we are on a chart of NASDAQ. So how do we go about this, guys? As we do know that companies are not working backwards, but companies are actually working forward. They're working to grow. They're not working to lose, but they're working to make money. So as we do understand that NASDAQ, it's set to be an overall buying market. And of which the good part is if you catch it on the right side, you're going to actually make more money, right? So there's something I noticed today, guys, about that happened on NASDAQ, and not a lot of people actually saw it. Not a lot of people actually saw it. So what happened with NASDAQ is that, as you notice over this level point, we actually have reached our highest high. At this current moment, we reached our highest high. And then that's where psychology sometimes kick in. And most probably a lot of people might have assumed that this area we have right here is going to be an area of resistance, or say a double top type formation. Obviously, everybody we expect that, pertaining how we also respect our basic rules and how we respect our strategies and all of that. We could have assumed this was going to be a double top type formation, which is a good part. But looking at it, as I break it down, you would understand why it was so impossible for this to be a double top, right? Let me go to an hourly chart. So as you go in an hourly chart, it's going to break down for you how the actual market it happened. If we can look at the current market over here, okay, I'm on buys on NASDAQ. I'm actually swinging it right now. But let's not talk about it. But actually right now, guys, if you can look at this at this current moment, you would definitely see, let me just remove this zone for a second, and we'll bring it back in a minute. If we can notice over here, let me just move this over here. If we can notice over this market right here, right? As a trader, you would have known that this market over here is a correction pattern, right? Or it's a correctional structure. By so saying, what I mean is the market had an impulse up, it corrected, it impulsed again up, it corrected, and then now it impulsed up, possibly is creating another correction over here. So that is the reason why it never respected the setup of it being selling. And also the other reason is sometimes how the market builds up towards a structure is actually good, pertaining how you need to look at the market. If you can go to a 30 minutes time frame, you would see that the zone that I highlighted here, in the middle part of it, actually over here, in the middle part of it over here, and then if you can copy that level to here, you would notice that this was a reversal structure. This means the trend inside a trend, of which is probably good. And actually it's really good because a trend inside a trend helps you to discover a lot about what the market might be doing or what the market might be pertaining to. What do I mean by that? They align you to say, okay, the overall is bullish, but what's inside? They actually give guidance with how you need to go about your trades or actually execute your own trade in your own way, right? As of today as well, there's something that I noticed that a lot of people didn't notice. What I noticed today that the market from this point to here, it's actually building a different structure. It's building a new market structure. So what do I mean by that? Let me break it down. So as you can see, this was our zone for before the market broke above, right? But now it's above. The new structure looks like this. The reason why the new structure looks like this, because now this is an impulse and this is a correction. This means from here, we're waiting for what? A continuation to the upside. So one thing that you need to know, guys, about the market is that the market, you need to be too much opinionated about it. You need to analyze and break down all market structures in order for the market to start making sense. The reason why the market actually broke above and also retested here is because it was respecting this level that we have over here. It was respecting this level we have over here. And I said, guys, I apologize. My network where I am right now, it doesn't allow me to be flexible because there's a lot of rain that's happening this side. So if we can see now, we're above the zone. This means this zone is now turned into a support. So from here, we're looking for prices to go to the top. That's our probability. But what they're going to make the market impossible for that to happen is as if this is acting much of a correctional structure. if this is happening, much more of a correctional structure before we actually go down. That's when, but the total overall, we said it, the NASDAQ is working towards making money. Companies are not working backwards, they're working forward, of which it's something that you need to also put in your mind, guys. Sometimes NASDAQ, to be quite honest with you, you need to be focused on looking most probably for buys, because if you can look at it, it's mostly in an overall buy trend. But a lot of things that can trigger people, this is the same thing that happened to a lot of people today. So out of the experience today, guys, this is what we happened. So actually, as we saw that the market broke out of this structure, we were looking forward to actually having our buys on at this current level. And guess what? We surely did it, right? As we did it, a lot of people have this tendency to think that NASDAQ, just because it spikes down, it's a change in market price. It's not, guys. NASDAQ is moving like any currency pair or any commodities or anything. It also has time to retest. It needs to breathe for a second. You can't just buy and then immediately shoot up straight to your position, or either shoot up straight to your direction. Now, patience leads to success. You need to be patient with the market in order for you to make money. That's the same thing that happened today. We actually played the trade over here, but as it spiked down, a lot of people started panicking, of which is something that I really don't like. It's something we need to teach you, that, guys, panicking doesn't work in the market. If we actually have a direction, and we know that it definitely works, have your direction, be opinionated, you're right, but always gotta know, NASDAQ always, it's like any other pay or other commodity, it also has to retest, or rather to breathe for a second. I don't know if that makes sense. So from now, as this is a new structure, we're looking for the market to build to the upside, and actually we can start finding our entries from here going to the upside, because that's the structure that I'm seeing at the current level. I hope everybody understands that. If you did understand, fire emojis on the comment section, please. If I was in too forward, fire emojis in the comment section. So this is me telling you guys that from tomorrow, expect those kind of buying opportunities from there towards the upside. And then everybody will be good. All right. Okay, I can see. Okay. And then we're done off NASDAQ right now. And now let's go to the dollar index. So the dollar index is part of the indexes, of which it's one thing that you need to pay attention to. It's one thing that you need to pay attention to, especially if you're a person who trades currency pairs, including NASDAQ, no, including Euro USD, GBP USD, and all of that, and all of those. So right now, let's break down the market. Okay, so in the dollar index, I can already see where my playground is. On the dollar index, I can already see where my playground is. So now moving forward with the charts, I would cater for this as a guideline to what are we actually looking for over here. So as you can see over here as well, we are moving in an expanding channel type nature. So in this an expanding channel, let's go to a 4-hour time frame. As I go on a 4-hour time frame, it's going to work as a guideline of how we need to look on the dollar related pairs. So if I look on my left, I can notice that we had a breakout over here. We had a breakout over here. We had a breakout over here, and then the market starting moving funny over here. And then let's not forget to cater for what's happening here at the bottom. Let's not forget to cater for what's happening over here. So what I'm seeing here as well is that the market might be two direction. The market might be, no, what did I press now? Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing over here. And then now let's break down the market. Okay, cool. So what's happening now on the market is that the market impulse up, and this probably might be acting as a correction. But the tricky part about it is that it reached the highest high. This means the next stop has to be down, right? But currently going down right now, it's not confirmed. It can only be confirmed the minute the market taps inside this space again. Because if you go on a 1 hour time frame, that's where you're going to be seeing it better. So as you can see, the market an impulse to the upside, and then right now, what we might be expecting is probably another expanding type of nature structure, another expanding type of nature structure over here. So it's an expanding channel within an expanding channel. So it might be something of this nature right now, of which we are expecting the market to actually go down a bit to respect the area over here. So this gives an indication that the dollar currency, or the dollar, any currency against the dollar, yeah, and then the currency of the US dollar is going to be we're looking forward for it to be in a selling momentum. As it's in a selling momentum, if we go to USD JPY, which will be our first pair, it's going to start confirming if we're seeing the real thing or not. If we can actually see at this current moment right now, we are at the toppest top of Euro USD USD JPY. And if I can look at the markets properly, right now we are on a top, and of which it can be confirmed as a triple top type formation. As it confirms as a triple top type formation, this also gives us an allowance to be actually sure that the NASDAQ is going to be buying for the longest time. So as we catered for that area, what do we need to look for next? So it's on our time frame. On an hourly time frame, let's look what's happening. Okay, so there might be a possibility again that the market did this. This might be another possibility again that the market would do this. I'm sorry about that. This might be another reason the market might have done this. But it quite doesn't make sense if this is a structure that we're going to be looking for, but we need to be looking for something that really makes sense. So in the current level, we are no under any influence to have a forward direction with USD JPY. But now, if I look at it in a different eye, you would notice that this is a breakout and a retest. And this already confirms to me what we have seen on the dollar index, that the dollar index confirmed USD to be weak. So it's possible that USD JPY is an M formation from here. If you can look at it, it's an up and then breakout, a retest, and we're going to be going to the downside. It's an M formation. So this is the highest probability I've never seen. USD JPY, guys, look for selling opportunities. There's no perfect retest like what it has done over here right now. And then trying to break this down, put this over here, and then copy this over here so that we can have a safe entry. So the safe entry will be if the market breaks below and actually go furthermore down. That's when you're going to be looking to swinging on this trade, going furthermore down till possibly here. So this will be the safest entry we can have. This is the safest entry we're going to have. So we already know we got a probability of sells on USD JPY because we have reached the highest high of all times. And right now we just broke out of the structure. We had a perfect retest with a significant pin bar. Now we're looking forward to more for the downside. We're looking more for the downside. Okay, let's move to another one. Possibly let's use GBP JPY. So with the GBP JPY, it has been quite tricky for the past times. I don't really know what's really happening, but I'm gonna try to like bring in light for you guys to also understand. But for me, it came across as looking at the markets right now. Looking at the market right now from here today, it's a multi-touch identification platform, right? Or multi-touch identification level, right? So from there, the market had an impulse up and then it corrected from here. As it corrected, remember I said you need to look left in order to understand what happens on the right. And then if you can look at the area where it is right now, this is an area again of sensitivity. This means on GBP/JPY, we might be expecting some highly volatile buys from now, right? So looking at the market properly, you can see that this was a correction. Now it impulsed up, it broke above the structure. This came back right now. This goes back to the lesson that I always teach everybody on the market, that if an impulse needs to be, a breakout needs to be impulsive, and then that's what we are expecting as well. So from here, I'm expecting continuations to the upside. This means also for me, guys, just to let you know, I'm going to be executing this trade right now. I'm going to be entering USD/JPY buys right now, if not tomorrow morning. I'm going to be executing GBP/JPY, right? No, it's not about that. I'm also going to engage with students as well. Okay, so GBP/JPY for me looks like more of a good buy, and I'm going to be buying because now we're having a triple bottom right here. So this means the next top is going up. The next movement is going to the top, right? That's the next movement. So when you see, as we said, we give live trading. It's more of I'm going to tell you what to execute tomorrow in order for you to understand. USD/JPY selling, but GBP/JPY buying. Yes, the reason why USD/JPY will be selling is because the dollar is weak. So when the dollar is weak, it becomes weaker than the Japanese yen. But the GBP is stronger than the Japanese yen. That's why USD/JPY will be selling, but GBP/JPY will be buying. The reason why USD/JPY will be selling is because USD will be weak in the next coming days. This means that the GBP/JPY, the JPY will be stronger than USD. GBP/JPY, GBP is a stronger currency right now. That's the reason why it will be buying GBP/JPY. I mean, that is the reason why GBP/JPY will be buying. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then last pair or the index for the day, it has to be gold. And a lot of people love gold. A lot of people love gold. This means a lot of people like being gold. It's going. The TP you can set for yourself. The TP you can set for yourself. I don't actually set TPs and stuff like that. I just swing my trades till the maximum point. So if we can look at the gold right now, if you can look at gold at the current market, is our resistance top. At the current level is our supporting bottom. And now if you go deeper inside the 4-hour time frame, you're going to start seeing the structure that the market has been building. If we cater for the top, you would see this was being respected from the past times. This has been respected. This means on gold, I'm looking for buying opportunities. The reason is it's XAU USD. XAU USD means that the gold is against the dollar. And what's going to be happening with the dollar in the coming time? The dollar will be weak. That's the reason why I like analyzing the dollar index, because it guides you towards what you need to know. If we can look at it from this point, the market will be shooting up straight, but we won't just be shooting up straight. We're going to wait for that breakout, come back to retest before actually shooting up to the sky. That's what we're looking for. But if there's any invalidation, another lesson will be held. As we know, we also have like Jaguar Wednesdays. We have Andrew possibly every day. We have the FX got a lot of FX Go mentors every day. So that's going to help you and it's going to contribute towards your success. So I'm looking at the thing now, at the comment section, and I'll be answering questions. I'll be answering questions. So if you have a question, pop it out, and then I need 3 hands of people that have questions with regarding something. I'm gonna be taking 3 people who raise their hands. I can see Aiden Kin. What's Aiden's Kin and what? Pena Mbwale. Pena Mbwale. Okay, let's start with Ellen's Kin. Ellen's Kin, how are you, sir?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What question do you have for today?
Oh, I don't really have any question for today. So
You what?
I don't really have any question. Did I raise my hand?
I can't hear you properly.
Uh,
I
Wait.
can hear you now.
Okay. I didn't really raise my hand.
Okay, no problem then. So let's
Did
move
I?
forward to the next person. Pena Mbwale, do you have any question? I see you raising your hand. Pena Mbwale, I've asked you to unmute. How are you?
Good. Fine. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How can I help you today?
I cannot believe I'm talking to you. Anyway, I don't think it's a question. It's kind of advice.
Okay.
Like today, I was looking at the market. I saw a double top, and then I couldn't sell. Like I wanted to enter, but I was doubting myself. I have always that thing. I can analyze and I can do everything, but just the time to enter, I get scared a bit because I think it's because my account is small or something. I don't know. I just need advice on it.
Okay, basically, you can only doubt your trades because you're from a difficult experience. For an example, blowing an account can act as part of you doubting to enter your trade.
Yes.
But the advice I would give you is that, sir,
Yes.
in as much as making money, it's nice, but sometimes it's good to be patient with the market. You can't.
Yes, I have a problem.
You can't always be wanting to enter trades. Even me today, I didn't trade. Because why?
Yes.
I don't want to chase the market. I want the market to have the right direction for me to follow tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yes.
And don't be quick to fund your account. At least I would advise you, you see right now, you're only going to pay 250 per month on the mentorship. This means we have time to budget 500 every month for it to compound to a big amount so that you can fund big amounts as well. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Like the better amount you should have on an account, it's actually the bigger your account, the less risk you think you can be scared of. Like you become less scared or doubtful or whatever. When an account is small, obviously the fear will kick in because the account is small. You're most probably thinking, what if a pullback takes it out? It's meant to happen. I wouldn't judge you over that. It's meant to happen. You become scared. It's not because you don't know how to trade. It's not because of anything. It's just the fact that your account is too small for you to accept the risk that it comes with. So the best you can do is actually having a big account. Let's say maximum at least 5,000 account, and then trade the way you trade. Trade as if you scared. On a 5,000 account, probably place 2 trades. Don't go impulsive about it, because one thing about a big account, it can actually flatter you to a point that you want to over risk just because it's too big. Does that make sense? So you still have to maintain your risk even though the account is too big. That's the advice I would give you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'll consider that.
Much love, bro.
All right, thanks.
Mukoma Sieta. Mukoma Sieta. I hope I pronounced your surname wrong. Mukoma Sieta.
Okay, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
How can we help you today?
My question is basically on the dollar index thing.
Yes, sir.
And it is something that has been killing me. I think for several months now. Based on what you did on the what's this dollar index, we have agreed and you showed the indication that USD is going to be selling.
Yes, sir.
Right. So we have decided that okay, USD JPY is going to be a sell. But the JPY is going to be a buy. So my concern is on the GBP USD, like what's going to be happening, because what I normally do, if the USD sell, that means I'm going to be going all in all forex pairs, currency pairs, then select USD as a sell. So if I select USD as a sell on the GBP USD, I find out that GBP has to be a buy. So my question is like, what should I do, like, in order to spot out this thing? Because GBP JPY now from your your analysis is a buy, but on myself it's a sell.
Okay,
Cool.
so if there's one thing I'm gonna tell you is that we don't look at the markets in the same way. Everybody has their own ways of looking in the market. Just because I'm seeing a buy, it doesn't mean the buy is right. And just because you're seeing a sell, it doesn't mean you're seeing a sell is wrong. But that's just the guideline that I use for myself, in the sense that one thing I feel like you need to shy away from is that you need to shy away from thinking about pair correlation.
Okay.
Every market moves in its own ways. Every market moves in, any market moves in its own way, in its own time, in its perfect timing. Just because USD JPY is selling, it doesn't mean GBP USD will be selling as well, or it will be buying, right? But it's pertaining it's pertaining the idea. As we look at the dollar index right now, the probability says to us the dollar will be selling from tomorrow or either any time that it can confirm the sales, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But does that mean I'm right? No, it doesn't mean I'm right. I can be wrong, because what if the market can decide to switch up the setup tomorrow and show us a different thing? Does that make sense? So basically,
yes,
analysis help us with guiding us towards what we need to look for. But when it's time, it also can happen that it can change. So the advice I would give you is that forget about pair correlation. The reason why USD JPY will be selling, but GBP JPY will be buying, it's because there's no pair correlation. Just because both of them are against GBP, they are against Japanese yen, it doesn't mean both of them need to be selling. It only depends on what currency is strong at that time. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, sir.
So it only confirms what currency is strong at that time. Just because USD is going to be weak and now GBP is going to be strong, this means USD will be weak against Japanese yen, but GBP will be stronger than the Japanese yen.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for your
sense?
clarification. Okay. Yes, sir, you are making sense.
I appreciate it, man. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Benedict, what is this? Benedict Citron, what? Benedict Citron Twing. Benedict Citron Twing.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for if I pronounce bad.
Yeah, no, I know that one is difficult.
Plus, I'm from London, so I can't really pronounce it.
Okay, yeah. My question is simple. I always hear people saying during NFPs it's very bad to trade, especially for us newbies. So I wanted to know what will be your advice concerning the trades this week, because it's an NFP week.
Okay, so it doesn't mean just because it's an NFP week you don't need to trade. You can trade, but minimize your trade. Don't trade a lot. Don't go impulsively, because the market this week is going to be hella choppy, because it's the week where the market needs to take a lot of people's money. So in what I'm saying is that, guys, the honesty about Forex is that in Forex, we are not supposed to win. So they will always try to find ways to make us lose. That's why we have weeks like NFP week. NFP week is a week where the market is very choppy. There's no clear direction where the market wants to go. It spikes up, it spikes down, it spikes up, it spikes down. It goes up, it comes back down, it goes back down, it comes back up. So it's just so confusing to trade on NFP. So that's why we advise trade less on NFP and trade more after NFP. Because this week, remember, they say a good trader is built out of knowing the best, or the best trader is known out of being able to trade on bad market terms. So if you can be able to make money through NFP, this means that you have now stepped into a space of being a good trader by making sure that you are able to even stand for the market, even on its bad times. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're not saying don't trade NFP. We're saying trade less on NFP because the market is too choppy. Probably look at 1 or 2 or 3 pairs on NFP. Then from after an NFP, you can start going to your 10, 15, and so forth. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. So I really appreciate you. Stay safe. Spesihle Tyrus Masuku. Spesihle Tyrus Masuku. What do you have?
What up, though?
I'll be chilling, bro. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yes, sir.
My question is based on that. Why I saw a video and I also heard from you that you don't trade Mondays and Fridays. Like why don't you trade Mondays and Fridays? And also, I didn't get you well on like what when you like basically analyzing the dollar index. What are you basically looking for? What's the guideline there?
Okay. Can I answer your first question first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask me again.
I'm asking that like why you guys not trading Mondays and Fridays?
Okay. The reason why we don't trade on Mondays and Fridays is because the Mondays, we don't want to be trapped on the wrong side of the market. Bear in mind, Monday is where the market prepares for the movement that is going to be happening on Tuesday. Because on Monday, it's market open. So it's really tricky to trade on market open because do you want the market to decide the direction with you, or would you rather the market decide the direction, then you follow the direction? So that's the main part, right? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
So the reason we don't trade on Mondays is because we're avoiding the market to decide a direction with us. What if on Monday I'm seeing a sell only to find out that the market was building for a buy, and then me after selling the following day I see that the market sold, and then now I'm trapped on the wrong side of the market, and then now I start tripping and saying Forex is a scam, which is not true. Mondays are made for market directional choices. This means we allow the market to choose the direction it wants to do. And then from Tuesday, that's when we can actually purely execute the market to make sure that we follow what the market has said from Monday. The reason why we don't trade on Friday is because we don't want the market to close with us, because there's change of direction every Friday. If you can notice, if the market sells from Tuesday until Thursday, you're still going to be expecting it to sell on Friday. But low-key, the market won't do that because it needs to take back the money that people has already made with them while trading. So Fridays are for market closing. The market can never close without finishing, or either the market can never close without taking some few people's money before it leaves. So would you rather be caught up into the close, or would you rather be caught up on the market open? So we avoid those two. So our best times to trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. That's where we maybe look at the market again, put our stop losses above entry and whatever, for in case the market wants to come back, it triggers us out of profit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, answering your second question, the confirmation that I'm waiting to get on the dollar index is because the dollar index I use as a guideline of how to see the USD related pairs. When I say USD related pairs, I'm talking about pairs that have USD inside. For an example, AUD USD, GBP USD, GUSD JPY, GBP USD, NZD USD, XAU USD, Euro USD. So every pair that has USD inside, we get a guideline from the dollar index about
it. Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making sense.
Yeah, so that's the reason why we look at the dollar index. It's meant for the guideline that we need to get from trading dollar related pairs.
So basically they like work differently, like they negatively correlate.
For an example, if the dollar index is going to be selling, this means on USD JPY, I need to look for sells because the dollar will be weak. But on GBP USD, I need to look for buys because the dollar will be weak, but the GBP will be strong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the guideline it brings. It brings you to having an idea of what you need to look for when you analyze the USD related pairs.
Thanks.
Okay. Jaden Senior. Wait, is it Jade Senior or what? Jade Senior, I think it's you. Jade Senior, how are you? Jade Senior is the last person.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Jarde. You can pronounce it as Jarde.
Okay, Jarde. How are you, sir?
We are right.
I'm right too.
Okay, we are following your Zoom meeting or conversation.
Okay.
or presentation, whatever you can call it. We have a question on NFP. You say this week the market is choppy, and it would be choppy until NFP on Friday. That,
Yeah.
it would probably want to eat up a lot of money, or to take to eat up a lot of money from us, or to blow our accounts.
What you saying?
You think you have just confirmed to say, or you are probably assuming that the market this week is choppy, that it will probably eat up a lot of our money, or blow our accounts.
Yeah, this is a risky week to trade a lot, because this is the week that the market wants to take away from you. So you need to trade less in order for you to be prepared for next week, where you can trade more. This week is a week where the market is going to be choppy. It won't be able to choose any direction because it's confused as well. But its confusion is actually from the market makers making sure that you guys get confused so that you can blow your account. After you blow your account, the market will kick in better next week. So that's the reason for this week. NFP is made for the market to confuse a lot of people.
Okay. Are you going to give some signals?
With the analysis I just actually did give some signals, but I told people when to enter. Right, it's not right now. It's not what it depends on your account, because my account allows me to enter right now, even though I might be on a drawdown, but my account is big. But for some people, I actually gave out to say tomorrow start looking for this. You get this video on the mentorship so that you can watch it again to know what you're going to trade for this week.
Okay, how do you advise? You want us to? You advise that we trade NFP with market or with market execution, like with pending orders?
It doesn't matter. You can use market execution, or it doesn't matter. It depends on the setup you see. Entries are not a problem. The problem is the direction. Are you entering on the right direction or not? Because as I said, NFP is too choppy. It can show you selling opportunities, but then end up buying. Sometimes it can show you buying opportunities and then sell. So it's you being caught on the right direction when the market is confused.
Are you guys going to help with the direction?
Yes.
With the confirmation of the direction?
Yes, as I did right now. We're going to be doing that.
Okay. With gold. Sir. So we are going to look at gold. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate.
Oh.
Rex. RX. Are you RX or you are Rex? Are you RX or you are Rex? I don't understand. So Rex, what's going on? Rex. Rex. Okay, guys, Rex is not. Canaan Adonis. Keenan. Is it Keenan or Canaan? Keenan Adonis. How are you?
I'm good, in yourself?
I'll be good, sir. I'll be good. I'm chilled. I'll be chilling.
Yeah, so I just got a question regarding choosing currency pairs or anything for the week, right? So I normally end up checking like 10 charts. So I will be checking like the majors as well as US 30, NASDAQ, and gold. So like what advice would you give me to like only analyze certain pairs, because I mean I would end up analyzing all of them?
The advice I'd give you is analyze pairs that work for you. The reason why I focus on the dollar index is because most of the dollar related pairs always work against my advantage. The reason why I analyze a NASDAQ than USDX is because NASDAQ always work on my advantage. So you will know, the more you analyze pairs, you will see which one that respect most of your setup.
Yeah.
But the honest truth is, before market open, you need to go through every pair in order to understand which ones would you take and which ones will you leave out. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Same as me, every Sunday I go through the market and I'm able to choose my top 10 and I'm able to choose my possible charts. So that's how I do it.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Because when it comes to a Monday, then I would analyze because I would let like the market play out on a Monday. So Monday evening, I would analyze all the pairs or 10 charts I would analyze, and then I would start to trade from a Tuesday. So I was just I'm analyzing too many charts, or
Nah, that's
yeah.
good. You're actually doing the right thing. But let me try applying what I'm telling you right now. Analyzing the Sunday. You know what it helps with? When I analyze, the reason why I analyze on the Sunday is because I want to see my version before the market moves, right?
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah.
on a Monday, the market will confirm if the version I have by analyzing it was true or not. And if it was not true, then I reanalyze to check what are the possibilities of it changing. Then it gives me an opportunity to see the opportunities of buys or either sells. So start applying this. Trust me, it's gonna work towards your favor.
Yeah, okay, cool. So then I'll start to analyze from a Sunday and see what my analysis is compared to the market, what the market is.
Okay, sir. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
Stay safe. Okay, guys, I'm taking the last person. The last person is Theophilus Ashiana. Was it Theophilus or Theophilus? Theophilus. So you'll help me pronounce it better. Theophilus. How are you,
Hello,
sir?
Andy. How are you?
I'm good. How do I pronounce your name?
It's actually Theophilus.
What?
Theophilus.
Theophilus.
No, Theophilus.
Okay, sir. And then your surname?
Okay. Ashiana.
Okay, Ashiana. All right. So what do you have
Yes.
for the question today?
You see, Andy, I once traded NFP, and I actually traded it twice. One day I traded it, it actually made a weak rejection first, and then blew my account, and then changed the opposite direction. It went down maybe for a few seconds, and then it changed the whole direction. Now, I would like to know, how exactly do you approach the market when it comes to NFP?
It depends if you want to trade news or not. So NFP, as I said, it's meant to take away people's money. That's why it spiked you out before it spiked into your direction. It had to eat your money in order to decide where the market will go. Bear in mind, we said news create volatility, not direction, right?
And not direction, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as news create volatility, not direction, you might be seeing something like this building up towards the news, but at the end of the day, after the news happened, you notice that it spikes down and goes back to the direction that has been continuing because it's meant to trap your mind. Forex, it's 10% technical and 90% psychological. This means they play more with our psychology because they know how we often trip when it comes to money than actually how we trip when it comes to analysis. So that's the same thing. I don't really trade news, so I don't have much knowledge about I don't have that much knowledge about news. I do have it, but I prefer not to dwell into news because I know what do they bring into the market. You see, if they said news bring direction, I would definitely watch them, but they don't bring direction. They just bring that a bit of volatility in the market, a huge spike down and a change of direction on the market. Then it actually happens like that, and most of the time you'll feel like you'll be trapped on the wrong side of the market. So that's what happens, sir. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But I also got another question. Like, when you spot, let me say, for example, a trend, right? And you need a confirmation, but you're not yet sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go about your entries, like your entry strategy exactly, your approach towards the market?
It depends on the strategy. I use a FX Gold new market strategy, which I built up myself for to advance the FX Gold strategy. So the FX Gold advanced new market strategy, it actually basically it deals with pairs. It deals with pairs. It deals with, not pairs. It deals with patterns, structures, confirmations, and all. So it depends where the market is and how the market is working out for me to be able to say I'm going to be doing this. I don't just look at the market and say I'm buying. Now, I had to get some certain confirmation that links up with my strategy for me to be able to be comfortable on taking the trade. Does that make sense?
It does, actually. And My last question
I
right
can't
now
have
is
any further question because a lot of people also have questions, sir.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can wait for some other time, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, man.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay, guys, I think that will be the last person for today. And guys, I appreciate having you here. And guys, we love you so much. This is gonna be sent on the group to make sure that everybody understood. And nonetheless, this is Go to your mentor, signing out. Much love, peace, and happiness. Yes, sir.